This podcast is brought to you by the couchcommentators.shop. Help support the channel by purchasing your Couch Commentators merchandise using the link below.
Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some may say the world. As always, James and Dan by my side. Gentlemen, another week, and I ask the same question. How are you? How was your week, James?
Week's been pretty good. I've made the decision to cut for Stereosonic 2025.
Oh, shit. 2025.
Yeah, can't wait for it. So I'm currently like 23 hours into a fast.
Oof.
And I'm making the decision whether to eat tonight or just go another day.
But
Energy levels are high.
That's good.
Had a pretty good weekend. Saw you guys, which obviously not that great, but
Yeah.
the rugby league finally started. NRLW kicked off with Parramatta getting a win. And Jim's Jam goes bang. So fucking perfect weekend.
Perfect week for you. NRLW Sharks. Back to losing ways for the Sharks. Even the men's team win, the losers. And then the Dan, mate, how you been?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously started my weekend with my birthday on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Had a pretty relaxing day, not going to lie. Just, chilled out at home. Had a bit of a drink on the Friday night.
Yeah.
By myself was a bit lonely, but And then Saturday we went to the Sherwood and had a few beveraginos there. And,
Nice.
seen you boys, which James mentioned.
Yeah.
And Sunday I was just relaxing, pretty much recovering.
In the fetal position.
Yeah, in the fetal position, wanting to die.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Good birthday weekend there, mate.
Yeah, it was, definitely.
Surprise, I was there as well at the
No way.
the birthday drinks. I went off about my pokies. People don't tell you about their losses. I lost, guys, this time. I think I got too drunk. I was like up at one stage and then I went back for seconds, and that's when you should have just quit and take your wins. But
I learned to take my win.
Yeah.
I didn't win.
Yeah, responsibly, obviously. Now we speak about more gambling of responsibly accountability. Jim Jam.
Bang,
Goes
bang,
bang.
bang. Look, great. Especially great at the pub. Got people around that I care about, and I give them the jam. I think everyone backed me?
Nah, I didn't get on it.
I'd
wasted all my money in my sports bet before then.
I didn't gift the birthday boy my present.
But he did spread jam to the masses.
Yeah, spread jam to the masses, a few high fives, bit of celebrations around. It's a good time.
And you also jumped on Lucas's top tip, and so close for poor Lucas, but
yeah,
even closer for James.
Even closer for
James.
He cut out one of his legs.
Cut out the place bet from his legs that ran fourth, and going into the last race with Shiz and Artist paying $1 fucking spit, and it ended up jagging a second, didn't it? But it didn't look like it was going to win.
Yeah.
Should have cashed out for that $30, mate.
Yeah, should have cashed out.
Should have known when Lucas put 4 things paying $1.30 on that it wasn't going to win.
That he would have a 50% strike rate.
As for Leachy's lock, just unfortunate there for me. I think 4th place didn't look good.
And Dan's decision wasn't Dan's decision. It was Brand's decision.
It was Brand's decision. I was close. You guys were close to a 1-12 victory there.
Yeah.
And then,
I'll get into that more in the fucking NRL talk.
Finau didn't score a try, though. But if you were going to win, it was going to be his try. So I was on to something, I think. Okay. Now, gentlemen, it's NRL talk. Firstly, we're going to get into our Origin predictions because today, when this podcast comes out, guess what? It's Origin Day.
It's kick off in like 2 hours.
No pressure.
Oh, I got this. Don't worry.
Okay, sweet. Look, obviously we win really well, and we should be already celebrating on this podcast.
Yep.
So we should name the podcast title just Celebrations, I guess, or Good
3-0.
Times.
Oh, wait, it wasn't 3-0.
Predictions, gentlemen. What score, James?
14-6 New South Wales.
14-6. Closey. Low scoring affair. Dan, mate?
I'm going to go 16-12 with New South Wales.
Okay. I think this is a game we fucking pull our fingers out and play a solid game together, and we pump them about 30 16.
What I wouldn't do. What I wouldn't do for that.
I want to see it. I'm sure the home crowd wants to see it. a full sold out stadium. Who would have seen it, honestly?
Yeah.
A third game. A decider, gentlemen.
In New South Wales.
In New South Wales. Crazy.
The biggest stadium that the NRL fucking plays at.
Yeah. So it's crazy that this
Except for when they play it like SCG
outcome has happened. And it's crazy that we've won already. So
Yeah.
good stuff, guys. Look, Origin predictions. We picked our scores. Now we're going to pick our man of the matches. James, mate.
I'm going to go. And look, he's the cheapest man. And am I just hoping and praying that it happens? Yes, but Nathan Cleary, it's his time, is it not?
Stop Lancey, you
That's
prick.
players, yeah. He's got to stand up. He's got to stand up in this big game, the decider. No Mitchie to save us.
No.
He's got to take the reins. Dan, mate.
The Mitch Reigns.
The Mitch reins.
Good player, that bloke. Fuck. I'm gonna go. Oh, captain, my captain, Isaiah
Yo,
Yo. He's not gonna score any tries. He's just gonna be solid in defense, good in attack,
Yeah,
do his job.
I like it. I'm going to go back to I picked game one, didn't get the job done, but I think Dylan Edwards going to come out, he's going to lay his cock on the fucking table.
I like that because he's been a bit quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's going to score maybe a try, maybe set up a couple tries, but he's gonna fucking show up. And look, all we can ask for is the whole team to show up, to be honest.
especially someone with goal kicking.
Yeah. Okay, who's the top point scorer goal kicking? Please, Zach Lomax.
Come on, Zachy.
Do we usually pick anything else? Scores? Man of the match?
Try scorer.
Try scorer.
scorer.
First try scorer, that's the one.
Yeah, I hit last time.
James. FTS.
Oh, I think it's cheap
Double
and
down.
double down because I hit it last time.
Yeah.
Pronto.
Bizarre. Okay, Dan.
I'll take Zachy Lowe.
Taking Zachy Lowe. He's taking Bizza. Fuck, it really doesn't leave me much. If I want to stay to my New South Wales humming, I'd like to think we get first try.
Go Crichton. Either one of them.
I think I went. It was true. Maybe
I do, obviously, for obvious reasons, I like our left side. And yeah, I will be having a little bit on Gussie C, I think.
Do we think? I
The
can't
same
remember.
shit kick that led to Toho, but this time it just bounces Gus's way.
Do you think they do some try celebrations in Origin this year? Like,
Surely.
it's in Try July. I don't remember
love
them
it.
doing it last.
Trell Mitt will definitely do the
That's
ears.
what I'm thinking. The ears, and that just leads into my
Yeah.
first try score.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Also, like,
sensing.
the fact that he hasn't scored,
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously he's still been good, but he hasn't scored. Like,
I can see it. I can see it now. Put all your money on it. Gamble responsibly, obviously, but put your money on it. But gamble
Put the house on
responsibly. Yeah.
If you've got your tax back already, put your tax on it.
Yeah. But gamble responsibly, obviously.
Yeah.
1-800-858-858. And put all your money in. Yeah. All right. Origin predictions. We've locked that in. Now, sad news that has come out of the Queensland camp this week is the passing of Munster's father. His dad passed away. So condolences from us to the whole Munster family. Never easy. Dan knows firsthand.
100%.
We know from like just our uncles and that we've lost a lot of people recently. So hope you're doing all right, mate. I hope you play a good game, but not too good. You know, like there's levels.
mate, man of the match in a losing side.
Yeah.
I actually was tempted to say Munster for man of the match just because of that factor. But
We want you to play real good, but not like
Not win.
Not win. So like you can,
not Munster level real good.
So you can go good, but just not win.
Maybe like a Jerome Luai level really good.
Yeah. Tough. Okay. Now, Brandon Smith, MCL injury. The news just gets worse and worse. This was sad to see as well. The bloke comes back from a ACL.
Yeah.
First game back, and obviously wasn't right. The body wasn't right. MCL.
Well, I think it was. It was just a bad tackle.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
tackle
It could have
wasn't
happened at any time.
Same knee, different knee.
Same knee.
Same knee, yeah.
So it would have been a bit weak, but
Yeah.
But like I've seen videos throughout the week, like last week, of him like absolutely fucking training the house down, like looking like he was good fit to go. Like, so it wasn't obviously his body; it was
Yeah.
Fucking Matt Lodge being an absolute
Lodge.
fucking grub.
Yeah. Look, it wasn't that much of a like standard hip drop or anything like that. It was just a bit unfortunate, but
How many weeks? How many weeks?
Yeah. like I was doing something else and not watching, and I heard like Blocker blowing up, calling it an absolute hip drop, and obviously he's just like Spread Smith because it wasn't that bad of a
Yeah.
Blocker will over exaggerate about
Yeah.
a lot of things. Me thinking amazing being one of them.
Go check that video out on our
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
if you haven't already.
Obviously. Okay. Next thing I wanted to bring up is the Fainus all scoring together. Gentlemen, this hasn't happened ever. The
Yes.
Tigers getting the first triple brother try.
The triplet tries,
The triplet tries.
even though they're not triplets, but
They were all on fire, honestly.
did someone put them out?
Well, I hope so.
Roosters tried.
Yeah, they tried. They came back very close. But yeah, it was good to see all the Latu, Samuela, and Sione all crossover. I'm sure Manasi was watching from the other.
Manasi scored in the yard, so it was all four of them.
But yeah, it was good to see. Obviously, you have other brothers like the Trebojevic brothers in the NRL currently, and they can't do it. So it's not good enough.
Two of them can, but Jakey just can't get there.
I think they would have to do both of them score and then pass it off to Jake.
Yeah, Jake could try.
To get the triple. Okay.
It would have been cool if they did like three celebration, like one of them did something and then the second one did the same thing and then like all three. It would have been cool, but
They just happened to know that they were all going to score.
The NRL scripted, James, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh,
At least Origin.
Yeah, Origin, definitely. Okay. I'm going to go to this week, gentlemen. I'm going to go to the usual question. I actually put it off a little bit longer than usual.
Yeah,
but,
I like that. Throwing it up.
Change it up every now and then. Who impressed you guys? I'm going to go to Himothy.
I'm going to go first game of the weekend, Broncos. Look, it's funny. Like, it was only a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people were bagging them, and it's fun to bag them, but at that time they were sitting like 8th.
Yeah.
Like they were having an apparent bad year, and shocker, like Reece Walsh has been injured almost all year, and they're sitting at 8th. They're now looking like they'll be challenging for a top 4 spot. Big win over the Bulldogs. Come from behind.
Couple comeback wins now, like in short succession.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Sharks being one.
That's if they just hold the ball, they're so deadly anywhere on the field. So and they're finally starting to do that. So.
Which is scary.
Yeah,
Finally starting to click. It's
match ball
was, I would say, tough for the thousands in attendance of the Bulldogs fans that would have been.
I seen a video like before halftime of Hectic Fred, like, and all the Doggies fans going off because they were 18-0 up and shit. It's like, well, we got this, and then
the drums.
It would have been great to see the fucking video later after they won.
As they all walked out of the stadium early. Dan, mate, who impressed you?
Look, we may have lost, but I'm going to go with the Dragons because 28-24 to a top of the table Raiders.
Impressive in defeat.
robbed, some say.
Yes. I'll get into that when
Fire him up.
I'll get into that when I go to Who Let Me Down because that was bullshit.
All right.
But anyway, the boys were pretty good. Sloan fucking double. Would have been a hat. Nah, fuck it. I'm getting into it right now. Could have been a hat
Who let
trick.
you down, mate?
Could have been a hat trick, but that fucking touchy, I swear to God, that was not a forward pass in the slightest. Like, Sully throws it back and Tyrell Sloan catches it behind him.
Yeah. Let me hear what you really feel, Dan. Real fire.
How the fuck is that a forward pass?
What's his name? Find out his name.
I don't fucking touch his name. But that was like the 7th minute. So, like, would it have changed the course of the game? Probably, because it was 6-0. It would have been 6-all possibly if fucking dumb cunt Kyle got the fucking goal. But anyway, we had a good game. I was fairly impressed with the boys.
Did Kyle score again?
No, but he actually...
He had a good game.
I'll put my hands up and say he was the reason we made the comeback.
Oh. Takes a man to
I
he's
won't give him
wrong.
a clap, but I will say he was the reason we made the comeback.
Well,
And
a little bit of confidence you put in him, and then
yeah, you know, all the media bashing.
Yeah.
And I just gotta say that kick over the top from Guffo to get Sloaney's second try. Fuck, that was hot.
What about Ricky coming out to? Actually, that's what impressed me was Ricky coming out
And backing
Kyle and
Yeah.
saying, you know what's the fucking hardest thing is having a son, and the media he's afraid that he's gonna get bashed. The
Yeah.
same as like Brad Arthur was with Jake Arthur and probably Matt Arthur. Like if you
Ivan
have a
doesn't have to worry
son,
about it.
well that's the thing. Even the first year, I think they
Yeah, there
they got
was
a
issues
spoon.
there.
Right? Did they get a
Yeah.
spoon? They were like
Nah,
down
they
the
were
bottom.
pretty
They were
low.
close, yeah.
But he was obviously like a bit of nepotism, like gets brought around and that sort of stuff. Like people just rip you into because you can't drop your son, can you? All this sort of
Does
stuff.
that mean Kyle's going to turn into the next Nathan Cleary?
Well, with performances like that against first place, dude.
Yes, you're right. He's going to turn into the next Jacob Arthur.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Other than that, the other team that actually impressed me, probably, I mean, Tigers, like, you didn't expect it. It was unexpected.
The only reason I almost expected it was because it was the unexpected.
Yeah.
You
It
gotta
has been
expect the
the
unexpected.
year of the unexpected.
Yeah.
But they got off to a great lead. They looked like they were in great form. And then they just did simple Tigers things that let the Roosters come back.
I wasn't watching the game, but I was watching the chat, and I'm just seeing Lucas and Matt
Yeah.
being like, fuck, here we
Yeah,
go again.
yeah.
Old Tigers is back.
They literally just like front loaded all their energy in both halves. So
Yeah.
like they came out, they looked way too good for the Roosters, and then in the back end of the half they were just gassed and
Yeah.
just getting ran down.
It was
But-
good.
By the look of
Yeah.
fantasy, Terrell May had a good game.
Jerome had a good game. Mark the Wanganito had
Yeah.
a great game. Shout out Tom Birmingham from the Hello Sports Podcast hitting his big multi,
Yeah.
$101 multi.
Fuck, not bad.
Immortal bet right there. He picked every try scorer for the Roosters because he thought it was going to be a humping.
So
Brother.
he picked every try scorer, including the mark double.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that would have been so good to get on.
Yeah, like if he had have done Roosters 13 plus, it would have ruined the bet. But because he didn't, he got the bet up. Yeah, it was great to see Tigers, the youth coming through. Like Latu, obviously the future of the Tigers now that Galvin's gone. So it was good to see him play some good form, albeit being against the Roosters who are undergunned and
Yeah.
undermanned. But
But
so are the
this
Tigers,
same
you know?
undergun Roosters have beat a lot of teams. And
Yeah, plus they beat the Sharks by a
yeah, and like and as you said, like so were the Tigers. The Tigers were missing just as much as or
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
They're missing their halfback.
That's
They're
it.
missing fucking.
Hooker, fullback,
I don't know if you can
reserve
read,
fullback.
read too much into both like teams in like saying, oh, Tigers are officially back. No, they beat an understrength Roosters with a like understrength Tigers. It was a
Yeah.
reserve grade game.
It was
so you can't
babies versus
really,
babies, you know?
Can't judge too much into it, but there's a chance that Tigers get a home finals, guys. I read that earlier
They
today.
just have to go undefeated.
Yeah, undefeated. So you never know, Tigers fans. There's chances. We'll go to who let us down, James. You mate first.
Who let me down? It's a bit of a hard one, like in these short rounds.
Yeah, Bye
This
round
week
as well.
is one of the only weeks where all the games were pretty competitive, all but the last game.
Yeah.
Look, and it's even still, it's a bit hard to say they let me down because they're still missing they're missing their two best players. But Souths, look, at the start of the year, I did say that the injuries might be too much, and they could be struggling down the bottom of the ladder. I think I had them for last, and
They're currently lost.
yeah, either
Yeah.
that or like second last with the Titans, but
Yeah.
either. They still put out a good enough team that they should be competing in these matches, and Manly, which is dominant.
Yeah. Yeah. Tough times for South. And as you said, Brandon Smith gets
equal
injured.
loss.
Just more injury woes just keep coming their way.
Like
So,
they're missing Walker at the moment. They're
yeah.
now Smith. Fucking.
I did hear Murray might be back sooner or later.
Yeah,
but,
that's- I thought he was gone for the season. Not gonna
It's
lie.
one of those things. I know he'll be chomping at the bit to just
Yeah.
play.
Yeah,
but
he'll
like,
be-
then is
he'll
it
wanna
worth it to
rip
play
in.
like
Yeah.
4 games or
yeah,
whatever? and
let's
then-
Yeah.
avoid the spirit and bring him back from an Achilles.
Yeah. Yeah, rough. Okay, who let me down? I'm just gonna go. We're gonna go Melbourne / Cowboys. That game in general.
It was a bit of a.
Yeah, it was a shit game, but also in the fact that Sharks have to verse a full strength Melbourne, we get fucking pumped. Cowboys get to verse a fucking understrength Melbourne, fucking barely fucking.
An understrength Melbourne with
Yeah.
Jerome Hughes still in the team.
Understrength, undergunned. They should have won.
I mean, no
They had,
Pappenhausen, no
they had
fucking.
Clifford, mate. That's enough. That's enough. Yeah, that's all for the rugby league. Although in was it? I think the Roosters game. I did love. I think it was Vossi commentated. Someone scored a try. Strike down the hay, diddle diddle. He brought that out, and I'm like, you know what? That just
I haven't
gets
heard
me.
that for a while.
That just gets me fucking horny for rugby league live.
Oh, mate. I'm hoping that I hear that in fucking Rugby
Yeah.
League 26.
I'm
Which
hoping.
also comes out in 10 days, boys.
10 days.
From day of recording.
Get money ready. Surely, because we're the number one podcast in the world and the nation, we get like free copies.
Yeah.
But-
Early access
Yeah.
even.
I'm surprised they haven't sent us to them already.
Yeah, look, I'm expecting any day
Yeah.
now. Okay, now NRLW is back, gentlemen.
Woo!
James already brought up the Sharks versus the Parramatta Seals. Them getting the win. Dragons got a big win.
Over Raiders.
Roosters got the win as well. There's some big scores in the NRLW.
It's good to see my girl Tegan Berry back on the field.
Yeah, your girl.
Yeah, my girl.
Yeah. Good to see all the teams back, and good to see they're so good at try celebrations. Honestly,
mate.
like we'll get into like now try July 100K raise. I think they got most of the try celebrations in the
It would have
women's
been
comp.
85 to 90% of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Would have been the women.
Our girls were doing like skipping and stuff.
I love the ring around the Rosie.
Rosie,
like,
yeah.
I know Racine McGregor from the Dragons did, with one of the other girls, did the Titanic.
Yeah.
the Raiders girls milked one of them
I
for
did
the
see
Canberra
that.
milk.
There was a bit of controversy coming from that one, I'm pretty
milking?
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I wouldn't know either, but like it's
Yeah.
a try celebration. Like fuck, let it happen. Play
Yeah, I
on.
mean, they had half a season to come up with these ideas.
They haven't trained football all week.
Yeah.
They've just been training fucking try
It's so
celebrations.
smart having their season start in like July, and it's been the
Yeah.
last couple of years that it's happened. Like because they can do this and get extra attention on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, like James brought it up to us on the Saturday, but in the Melbourne game, like there was a couple try celebrations in the Melbourne one, but the one that everyone is talking
Yeah.
about is the boat racing.
The Indonesian boat racing or farming.
The dance, mate. He's
Nick
just
Meaney.
too cool. Yeah, Nick Meaney got.
He didn't
to
wait
do
for the boys to sit
couple.
behind him though.
No,
Yeah,
they
ended up
came
getting
in. They
by
came
him.
No, but
sliding
like,
in.
Yeah.
they sat down, but he'd already started
Yeah.
doing it.
It's
He
good
also
stuff.
did a Blades of Glory one as well.
Yeah, Blades of Glory. Yeah, I see that. I think they panned up to Bellamy in the box. He's like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Yeah, you can
Usual
imagine them
Bellamy stuff.
not finding time to really
Yeah.
practice that at training. Maybe
Oh,
that's at the cafe that they've got to practice.
Well,
it.
While Bellamy's
I'm
gone into
sure
meetings
he's
or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
was it-
training,
yeah,
fucking
not
doing
happy
try
with a
celebrations.
26-20 win, let alone
Yeah.
them doing those celebrations while winning. He would have been fuming.
But the one thing I want to say about Try July is going back to the Nick Meaney celebration, the fact that James called it earlier in the day.
Yeah,
He literally said to me, if someone does this try celebration, it's going to be like, it's going to
It's
go
going to go
viral.
viral.
And someone did it. And then when we're drunk at fucking 8 o'clock at night, dead. Look, they're fucking doing it.
they're doing it. It's gonna go
I'm like,
viral.
what? And I look over at the screen. Oh, fuck, they did it.
And I'll tell you what, it went viral.
Damn it, we should have done it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I was
We're doing it
thinking
right now.
of getting us to do it at the pub.
Just in the
Or
middle.
farming at the pub.
Stand on the table.
Can we go back to a story that happened at the pub on Saturday night?
What story are you talking?
While I was trying to watch the Dragons and Raiders game,
Hmm.
you know, that thing that was in my eyesight.
Oh yeah, there's a very very horny couple in front of us.
They just literally sat there making out
Macking on.
pretty much the
We
whole
haven't-
fucking time.
We had bets firstly on if it was their first date, fourth date, married couple. Definitely like in that fourth to first date range.
Yeah. They're still in the honeymoon phase,
Yeah.
like that first 3 to 6
But
months.
like, yeah, he was eager. He was eager. And then we had a bet on time for next hookup. Marilyn getting it spot on with 9 minutes,
Yeah,
honestly.
that was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I had 4. Dad had, what was it, 2?
Two, yeah.
He was trying though. He was trying with
He was
those.
going for it.
For context, this is not a dark moody pub.
No, this is
It's
like
very well lit. Fucking,
very lit, right in front of the big screen, and everyone just watching. So it was great.
Bit of fetish. Don't yuck their yum.
Yeah, don't yuck their maybe they do
they
that.
like people watching them.
Yeah, maybe like they are a happily married couple. They just do that every time they go out to play.
They actually have cucks in their corners all the time.
Well, that was the NRL wrapped up, guys. So glad we got that out. Now we go to eye catchers, and we'll go to Dan first for yours, mate.
So I'm sorry if I get any of this wrong. I should have re-watched the video, but I seen this video, I think it was Thursday last week. I'm like, that'll be a good fucking eye catcher. Freddie Flintoff almost joined the WWE.
Big Fred.
So it was at the time he was living in Dubai. It was just before he went into boxing, and he contacted the WWE that he wanted a match with Undertaker at WrestleMania. So they've gone back and forth with his team and shit. He went into a 3-week training at their performance center. They offered him a contract for a large sum of money. He didn't obviously say how much it was going to be, but they offered him a large sum of money, and in 2 to 3 years, they promised him a match at WrestleMania against not Undertaker, because at this time he'd already retired. So they're like, yeah, you can have someone at WrestleMania in 2 to 3 years' time. But he declined it and then went to boxing.
Wow.
Because his kids didn't want to. He didn't want to uproot his family from living in Dubai.
Yeah.
And just go to like possibly make it into the WWE.
What could have been, eh? What could have
It
been?
would have been funny having Freddie Flintoff in the WWE.
It would have. They really are about just getting like anyone famous and really farming those views.
It would have appealed to the cricketing world because you know.
I'm sure you guys would have tuned in every.
I would have
he
fucking
already
watched Freddie
tunes in
Flintoff in
every-
WWE.
Okay, James, I'll go to you for your eye catcher.
I've got a couple actually.
Okay.
I lied at the start. I said I didn't have any. Found a couple.
You found some.
Found it.
First one's on a bit more of a lighthearted note. Bronny James.
Ronnie.
Made his summer league debut today.
Ooh, nice.
Dropped 10 points in 11 minutes.
God damn.
So looked pretty good, including one smooth free. And the thing that really caught my eye was for a 6'2" man, he fucking has the hops of his dad in a big dunk. Yeah. When you get a chance, watch it. I might send a video.
I mean, a lot of people have been clowning on him.
Yeah, but like
for nepotism in the team.
For a late second round pick or whatever, he's pretty good. He's doing better than other people like that. He had an all right G League last year.
And he's still young, so like he's
Yeah,
like
20 years old.
He's not always going to be 6'2".
Yeah, probably.
He could get like 6'3", 6'4". You never know.
Second eye catcher, you said you had to.
Second eye catcher, sad one. Diego Jota.
Fuck yeah.
From Liverpool. Striker, unfortunately passed away in a car crash with his brother last week. Obviously horrible news. He was only recently married. But
it was like a week after him got married, wasn't it?
Yeah. And there's been a lot of touching tributes, whether it be Oasis, different sports men and women also celebrating in his fashion. I saw Tom Trbojevic even did a 20 for him.
About to say that. He did that when he scored a try.
It wasn't because they were winning by 20 points.
But it's obviously some down news, but it's always nice how the sporting community and the wider world gets behind moments like these.
Yeah, and I think Liverpool said they are retiring the number 20 for the next season.
Yeah.
Or they're going to honour it or something. I can't remember what exactly they said.
I reckon it'll be retired probably for more than one season.
Yeah.
They can have literally any number in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, condolences. And as you said, great to see the sporting community get together. I've got 3 eye catchers, gentlemen, so fucking buckle in. The first one, I'm going to go out to my anime fans. LA Dodgers having a one-piece night.
Woo!
Me and James wish we were there. They had, because of One Piece coming to Netflix soon, the second season, they had a big old one-piece night. You had a one-piece card that was like fucking limited edition.
It's going to be worth a fucking lot of money, I reckon.
They had hats as well, Luffy hats that had LA Dodgers on the front, One Piece on the back. That was pretty
And the
pretty
red
sick
ribbon.
as well.
Don't forget the red ribbon.
Well, the red ribbon's a staple
Just
piece
part
of
of
the
the hat.
movie, you know. Yeah, well, I wish I was there. That's the first one though. It's actually pretty cool though, because like One Piece has been getting fucking pumped everywhere, like basketball,
Yeah.
baseball, you name it. It's becoming mainstream, James.
And did it get pumped?
Finally.
Did it get pumped to Dodgers because of Shohei? Like,
Maybe
he's that in love with One Piece that they're just like, yeah, he likes One Piece.
didn't he
plays for the
say he got
Dodgers.
like a
He got a special figure
Yeah.
for it, which was pretty cool.
yeah. So mate, it's becoming mainstream. We don't look like losers anymore, James.
Yeah.
losers?
Soon there'll be a One Piece NRL round. I'm sure of it. I'm sure
Get
of
ready
it.
for the One Piece podcast coming out.
Yeah. We go through 1,100
Yeah.
episodes.
Showing Dan each episode.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Stay tuned for that. Okay. Second eye catcher. We're going to South Korea. And we're going to Johan. Johan. He breaks the pull-up record, the world record, the world Guinness record.
Guinness World Record.
Guinness World Record.
Got there in the end, mate.
For
Split the G or something?
Yeah, we were splitting the G. 24 hours, he got 11,707 pull-ups.
Couldn't hit 3 more. Far out.
Couldn't hit 3 more. Well, fucking firstly, phenomenal. Like, I seen the video of, like, it's kind of like a sped up video. I didn't watch fucking 24 hours of one.
What?
But, like, it cuts through, like, different parts. And, like, he starts off just, like, normal, like, shirt off, fucking doing his pull-ups. And then by the end of it, he's got fucking, like, strapping on all his arm, like, strapping on shoulders and shit to, like, get the final pull-ups done. But, yeah, well.
Imagine how much. I would like.
I'm
I'm just sitting here
is-
fathoming like,
This is my question.
how is his body like? How is he still alive? Honestly,
This is my question. How many do you think you could do in 24 hours? One, you reckon you get one out there? Jump one?
that first initial pull up,
Maybe 240.
240, you reckon? 24
10 an hour.
10 an hour, yeah. Just do it in the
Yeah.
first 10 minutes and then have a rest for 50.
I think I'd get 500. Like fair whack. I could do. Usually, when I'm at the gym, I can do like 10, 8, 6. So like,
So there's already like.
but then
24.
I'm like gassed.
There's
Like,
24 already.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, even if you like just did that in the hour and then,
Yeah.
like by the end, you're gonna be sore.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to like pull yourself back out. I'll be strapping as well. Okay. Yeah.
Remember Ned Brockman was looking at trying to do that record, and
Yeah.
at one stage was training for it. You got to be that type of psychopath.
Yeah, that dude was
I
like the
mean-
dude who did it was jacked.
How many fucking miles did Ned
Oh.
Brockman run?
1,000 miles.
So he is a
And then
fucking
I would run
psychopath.
1,000 more.
Just to be the man.
Okay, my third eye catcher. I'm sorry I'm taking up all these eye catchers, but this one was the I saved the best for last.
The creme de la creme.
The creme de la creme. UFC. Donald Trump. White House.
He's making his debut.
Donald Trump's in the UFC. No, he put out an
John
announcement.
Jones comes out of retirement to fight Donald Trump in super heavyweight.
He's put out an announcement 2026 that there's going to be a UFC event held at the White House. Well, firstly, the man, they
Cool.
said he couldn't do it, but he did.
Like, as cool as it is,
Yeah.
it's like, what world are we living
Yeah,
in?
what world are we living in? America's so crazy, honestly. You know that movie? I can't remember what it's called, where like they have
Idiocracy?
Gatorade as Idiocracy. That's what we're living in at the moment. Where like the next thing they'll have is they'll get rid of water in their taps. It'll be Gatorade. like this is like what we're going towards with America. Who would have thought? The White House would host a fucking UFC event. Like, come on, man. It'd be like, next is Buckingham Palace, mate. They're going to have it. The fucking King Charles will be down there sideline going, yes. It's crazy.
fuck.
First person to like put his hat in the ring, Conor McGregor. The bloke who hasn't
Of
been
course.
heard like wanting to fight for like the last fucking 3 or 4
The
years.
bloke who got almost
Yeah.
got fucking thrown in
He's
jail.
been like putting a carrot on a string out for Chandler to chase
Yeah.
for the
And
last
he bit.
3 years. And then
We
now
got that close to having that fight, but
yeah, he says, I'm in as soon as he sees this, which I probably would say he will do it. And he'll probably fight Michael Chandler now that he's on a like 3-fight losing
Yeah.
streak. Like, yeah, take it up.
Couple of 40-year-olds.
Yeah. He's probably got the most chance of beating him as well because Chandler will just stand up like in a stand-up game with him. So, look, I could see that happening. Another person who coincidentally comes back into the pool, James already said it, John Jones is back, baby. He's in the pool.
how long was his retirement?
13 days.
Yeah.
I saw some great things, like sort of memes.
Shortest retirement in UFC. Like,
Yeah. I saw a great like post. It was like, Tom really doesn't need to give John Jones a fight. What does it do for Tom's legacy?
Yeah, legacy.
He should really go fight some more people and work his way up.
I think, coincidentally, it'll just be to try and fight in the White House. I think he'll give him another year, and then he might fight. Who knows? Maybe try and go Aspinall.
If he doesn't fight Aspinall, then the whole UFC like community will just be fucking disappointed.
Yeah. He might fight. Well, he always talked about fighting Pereira, but like obviously if Pereira's off a loss.
Yeah.
So who knows if he gets the title back? Maybe he fights him. I don't know. Who knows? Still speculation, but I thought that was the biggest eye catcher of the
You know
the
who he's
week.
going to fight? Hamzat Chimaev.
Hamzat Chimaev.
Can't wait for that fight.
Can't wait. He says he just takes him to the ground and submits him, and I believe
Yeah.
him. I believe him.
Yeah, but Drakus just wins by Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
He trips over and accidentally headbutts him, but doesn't get penalised for it and knocks him out.
Throws some like haymakers like this.
Oh, fuck.
That's the eye
Or
catchers
DDP.
locked up. Poor Diddy, what?
I said DDP?
Yeah. That's another eye
Dance
catcher.
eye catcher.
Yeah. How the fuck did that guy get off?
Let's not talk about PD.
Mate, baby oil sales have gone through the roofs. Like that, he's back on the streets.
I heard he just oiled up and slipped out of the bars.
Yeah. All right, we have fun.
He also slipped through handcuffs as well.
Yeah. Now, listener questions, the best part of the podcast, brought to us by you. It's the listener questions. Okay, Matty C, got a couple from him, so let's get into them.
Are these first two questions just from Matt about fucking doggies?
Yeah. He's in his
Fucking
doggies
hell.
phase at the moment. Like, obviously hates on Sharks for a while, but we're the old. Now that Galvin's gone to Bulldogs, he's got a new team he hates. He asked, can you believe the Bulldogs are blowing up their season with all the positional switches? Look, yes, they are really fucking themselves in the foot, right? They're shooting themselves in the foot, I think. My opinion being that they were hot to trot. Do I think they're starting to verse some tougher teams and tougher teams equal tougher games? Yes, again, that could also be something. But do I think changing your halfback mid-games, and then
Putting
this
him into
latest
dummy
game, he was in halfback, but your 5'8" gets chucked to centre. I know they were like out of centre, but like they're just trying to fit him in, and it's just not working.
Yeah.
And albeit they did score some tries off of his shitness, but like he threw like two balls. One ball.
I think there's at least
Yeah,
three.
3 balls behind.
And also, how the
general.
fuck did they get that first one back?
Yeah, the first one I don't know how they got back, but he passed it. I think they were rolling. He passed it into someone's hand.
Yeah, like Reynolds, but it
And
sure
then-
looked like he just threw it a mile behind.
And then they score from the scrub, so
Yeah.
it was genius by Galvin because
Yeah.
he got the repeat set.
And he touched the ball in that
Yeah,
play.
yeah. And then he like passes it 20 feet behind his play on the right. Burden.
Yeah.
And I think it
No,
goes back to Montoya,
yeah.
who somehow gets that pass away behind his head. Yeah, and then they score again. So it was genius by Galvin. I think actually it's a great idea. These positional switches, Matt. You're against the times.
It's like, look, they could easily get it under wraps, but people will be disgruntled when like this is the whole club's changing for one guy. The people that you put your blood, sweat, and tears in the preseason for are now getting shipped off to England and North Queensland.
I think they're like
France and North Queensland.
first signings, like they got like to come over to the team. Marnie,
Yeah,
pretty much the heart and soul of the Bulldogs, the grubby Bulldogs. He's gone. He's off to the Cowboys.
well, look, like obviously, Adokar made a mistake, but they were very quick to fucking ship him
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And then Marnie, like those two came when they were fucking last.
Yeah. They got in the trenches with you, and then you said, "Fuck off, we've got Galvin now."
I reckon next thing you know, they'll be shipping off Kickout as well.
Yeah,
Like,
got to make way.
That's another guy that like came
Yeah,
in when they were in the
that'll be
fucking
when they
trenches.
want to bring like over Samuela Latu.
Yeah.
Sione. Okay, next question. Oh, it's another Bulldogs question. Guys, is the born and bred slogan the Dogs have an absolute crock of shit? The new Roosters. Born and bred.
I just want to know why that had to be in brackets.
Yeah, he bracketed born and bred. I think he might have needed like
Surprised he
quotation
didn't-
marks, I guess.
I'm surprised they didn't spell bread as in like the slice of bread.
Yeah, born and bred. Yummy. Is
Sorry,
their
mate.
slogan a piece of shit?
Yes, like
In current times, they are building their juniors up at the moment, but
Yeah.
I don't think their players are. It still takes some time to get the juniors going. Like it's
Yeah.
been
Oh,
only
yeah.
3 years or
yeah,
whatever.
but
Like
still,
2 or 3.
like Reed Marnie was a junior.
Was Hayward a junior?
Hayward is,
Yeah.
or
So
at
they-
least he's come
They're
through.
starting to get through. Some players coming through, but like it
Or
takes
Mitch Woods, fucking
Yeah.
stay
Yeah,
down there,
they-
mate.
Yeah, we
Been
got
given the
Galvin
fucking
now,
big
mate.
don't argue.
We got Galvin now. You can stay down there.
Yeah.
But they are definitely just buying a lot of players at the moment. So you're onto something there, Matt.
But that's a lot of NRL teams now. They don't
Yeah.
like stick to their juniors. They go
Yeah.
elsewhere. It's
It was,
at the end of the day, it's a business.
Mm.
Like
That's what the corps do, mate.
Yeah,
Run the
exactly.
business, and they'll sell you off, even if you're a club player like JDB. He's been there for the seconds. It's all business, baby. You got to go, mate.
Yeah.
Tough. But you're onto something there, Matt. You're onto something. Next question. He asked, "Do you guys believe Canberra Raiders can actually win the comp this year?" James, you think that's the possibility?
everything about it says no.
Yeah.
But could win minor premiership,
Yeah, minor premiers is definitely.
and
on
like
the
I'll be supporting them. Like if they come up against fucking any of the Bulldogs, Penrith, Melbourne, fucking Broncos, like sorry, Sharks.
cards.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
And Dragons and Eels.
oh yeah, Dragons
Like,
and
we
Eels.
make it as
Yeah,
well.
no,
Yeah.
so
Tigers-
other than
Tigers are
Eels,
also making.
yeah, other than Eels,
Yeah.
if they're playing anyone else in the grand final, I'll probably be supporting them because they're the underdogs, even if they finish first this year.
It's like when they
I like
made
to
it to
think
the
the
grand
Sharks
final
are the
in
underdogs at the
2019. Was it
moment.
19 they made it grand.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was supporting them then.
Yeah, I had the Croker headgear on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
6 again. We were robbed.
I think that they'll, as you guys said, they'll finish probably first. Like I was looking at their run home before. It looks like a pretty good run home for them. I think they can win majority of the games. But coming up against your likes of Melbourne, likes of Penrith, Broncos in semi-final form,
Yeah.
it's
Different
like
Thing
beast.
is, their play style, their biggest issue is catching at the back.
yeah,
If they can fix that, their play style is semi-finals ready.
they
They're
just
just
had
big, strong forwards, and
I think that their play style revolves a lot around their quick players scoring like length of the field tries.
Yeah. Carry Weeks got
But
two of them
a
on the
lot of
weekend.
a lot of the time in semi-finals, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Like
I mean-
because you got two even teams, and then you get a half opportunity like that, and you got to have the speed or
Yeah.
the skill to execute.
I mean, they're only just beating teams as well. Like they just beat the Dragons.
Yeah.
Not a team that's.
Yeah, but
yeah,
in
like
great
I'll
form,
admit that.
though.
Like they should have. You guys heard me throughout like
Yeah.
the whole day. We're gonna get flogged. We're gonna get flogged. Like we shouldn't have been in that game, but somehow we were because of Canberra Raiders being.
I mean, they had no Huddy, no Papa Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
but they
That's
still
the
had
thing, you-
Fogarty. They still had fucking KO
Yeah.
Weeks. They still had.
you can take it both
Savage.
ways. Like one way you go, oh, they should be beating the Dragons by more. The other way is, you've had an off night and you still got away with the win. So
Exactly.
it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
if they do this multiple weeks in a row, then you start to get a bit more worried.
Yeah.
Do we think they win the comp? Probably
Probably
too
not.
early
No,
to
yeah.
say, and I just don't think.
Still 10 weeks to the finals, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Penrith's
Para's about
going
to
for that 5.
Para's about to go undefeated.
Oh, the Dragons.
Yeah. Sharks are the underdogs now, mate. We're not in the 8. If we come back, we're coming from 10th to fucking to win the comp. That's crazy. Okay.
He's had a bye this week and still couldn't get back in the 8.
Iongi to Hano 9 form.
Next question from Matt. He asks, are Penrith Panthers back? So in the same question that he asked, the Raiders win the goal. Now are if Penrith Panthers are genuinely back, we're all done. We're doomed. They win the comp.
If they are back into their comp winning form, Raiders are fucked. Melbourne are fucked.
Yeah.
Broncos are fucked.
Because every other team hasn't been playing consistent. And if they got back to consistent,
Mate,
we're fucked.
Like, if they get top 4, it's really scary.
Yeah.
But even if they weren't, like, any team that looks like they're going to be in the 8, if they're playing Penrith, I'm betting on Penrith.
You don't want to be worse than Penrith in like that bottom 8 finals.
If Cleary goes back to his clock swinging form, that we all know he can play, the comp's doomed. They're going 5 in a row.
Yeah.
He'll come back after Origin, obviously lose to Para, and then after that, just get into a huge run.
Fuck, we should have kept fucking anyone in the team. Fuck.
Look, for some change up, I hope they're not back. You know, I just want to see someone else win it.
Hopefully the wheels fall off after Origin.
Yeah. Injury to happen right in the last minute of Origin. We've won already by 30-18, like I predicted, but Cleary does. He's
79th minute. Let's just peck muscle.
Yeah, peck. Yeah.
No, I don't wish an ACL on Cleary because you know
we need his kicking game for future.
He's Nathan Cleary, so
peck. Yeah, we could have peck.
And is there any Australia games?
He can go enjoy himself.
Yeah,
with Mary and
go off for the.
Is there any Australia games at the end of this year?
I think so. Yeah.
No, we don't want him to get. We don't want him to get injured.
Moses will be back.
What about Liz Frank? Lizzie Frank.
Yeah, a bit of a Liz Frank.
That's about 8 weeks. Yeah.
Sure, we're right.
Okay.
Ask Ponga. It's about 11.
Yeah. Next one from Rang. He asks, favorite pizza toppings. Ooh, yeah, baby.
Get Brennan to answer this one first.
Man.
But his is the most boring.
Exactly. So then, man, you were making it exciting.
Look, it just depends on where I'm getting the pizza from, firstly. But I'm a man who loves pizza sauce on anything. So, firstly, pizza sauce is the topping. And I'm like a tomato man, so no barbecue, please. No. Now, I love an old classic that's a ham and cheese, and it's always so good. But if we go on to Lemire Pizza of late, the meat lovers is also so fucking good there. Like, it's hard to go against
Tomato meat lovers.
Tomato meat lovers. It's good stuff. I have to get it at work because they don't really deliver out to Oran Park anymore. So Thursday night, you catch me eating a fucking full pizza to myself. Don't judge me. James, mate.
Look, I'm actually going to go quite boring here, but different way. When you draw a pizza, what do you draw? You draw a fucking classic pepperoni, baby.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, pepperoni.
Pepper. Bit of peppy.
Put it on any pizza. That's why I like my meat lovers and stuff like that. But pepperoni, beautiful.
Yeah, mate.
Look, I'm going to go top 3 here because, like, you know, I'm a fat motherfucker that loves his pizza. So I'll start from 3. You got probably a peri-peri chicken.
Beautiful.
And then number 2, you got barbecue meat lovers. Fuck your tomato meat lovers off.
Tell you what, now 24 hours into a fast, I'm fucking hungry.
James, just block your ears for another couple minutes.
Number 1, baby.
I'm about to order my pizza to meet me at home.
Honorable mention for a barbecue chicken with some like onion and like mushroom, maybe.
It's like 4, like almost 4, 3.5. Yeah,
I said honorable mention, Brandon. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. All right, this is my top 3, not yours.
Yep, top 3.
And number 1 would have to be a good old ham and pineapple pizza. Fuck me, that's some good shit right there. Pineapple does belong on pizza. You fucking ignorant fucks.
Yep. Hello. Yep. 3 pizzas. Yep.
Yes.
Pepperoni. Yep.
Hello, Dan from Tinder.
Dan from Tinder. Yeah.
Peri also sounded pretty good.
Oh yeah. Okay. So enough of the food. James is salivating.
Are we done here?
We're almost.
Why are you drooling?
Okay. Speak pipes. Now let's get your mind off food. Let's get into the speak pipes. All right. First one we have from Rang.
Lads, Rang here. Currently
Rang, mate.
at Torella train station. On my own, I was on the
okay.
train on the way home from a wedding. Had a wedding after work in the city,
I heard
and
about this.
jumped on the train home and got all the way to Torella and had to fucking piss. So jumped off, chucked a quick piss, wait for the next train, made sure that there was another train coming because that's one way to ruin your night. You
As you
jump off
do.
to have a piss and there's another train not coming. But no, it's good. I was checking the score while I was at the wedding with the doggies, and yeah, it looks like we lost, which sucks. That's not good. But
Yeah.
all I'm going to put it down to is this was a science experiment. We experimented this week. We had Birdo at centre. We had Galvin and Sexton in the halves. I can't tell you anything that happened in this game. I'm going straight off the scores, but it was a science experiment. We didn't really care about this
Science
game.
experiment.
We just wanted to
Yeah.
try a few things, and I don't know. For the first half, it looked like it worked. I don't know if we changed anything in the second half, but second half didn't look like it worked. But yeah, I'll hopefully
Science
be
experiment.
home in the next hour or so. If you don't hear from me this week, that means I've died.
There's no more speak pipes, guys. So
Yep.
I guess rest in peace, Rang.
Just the episode of death.
Yeah. Yeah. Science experiment, eh?
Yeah.
Look, I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that. We did say, I think it went well. Like Galvin throwing butt passes at like short balls and passes 20 meters behind people.
Galvin was doing the stuff that's cute when it's at the Tigers and
Yeah.
they're coming last.
Yeah.
But
Not
when
when
he's
you're
playing for
first place,
Sheep
down to
stations.
third. So
Yeah.
I don't know
Well, we
about
used
how
to fall out of the 8 win.
yeah, the science experiment's going. You may want to tell Serrano to stop it. Okay, next one is cricket.
Oh,
Yeah, just got home, thrown on the cricket. So
oh, he's
You're
alive.
alive. Good work, mate.
Australia, West Indies are at the lunch break. So threw on England versus India. So India batted first, scored 587.
Fuck's a couple.
Mostly thanks to the Shubman Gill, 289.
Jesus
Sugars.
Christ.
But, so we go to the England innings. Let me read you this scorecard. Crawley, 19. Ben Duckett, duck. Ollie Pope, golden duck. Joe Root, 22. Harry Brook, 158. Ben Stokes, golden duck. Jamie Smith, 184. Chris Wokes, 5. Brandon Cass, duck. Josh Tung, duck. Shoaib Bashir, duck. How the fuck does England get 6 ducks in an innings and somehow limp their way to 407? That's blown my mind. Like, I'm not very good at maths, but if you're getting 6 ducks in an innings and still scoring 400, like, I hate England, but you kind of, I don't even, do you commend them? Do you say good batting, or do you say if you cunts had a crack, you would have scored 900? Like, how the fuck do you get that many runs with 6 ducks in an innings? This is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'll talk a bit more about this game during the cricket chat, but yeah, they were playing on a fucking absolute road, and the fact that 6 people got out to ducks is a fucking embarrassment in itself.
That's Bazball.
That's almost as bad as like Australia's batting, honestly.
If Australia did that, we would want heads of every single one.
Heads
That
on
many
pikes.
ducks. Crazy stuff.
Out the front of the SCG.
Yeah.
But we also don't know what it's like to score over 400 runs recently.
Yeah. Off like 2 players almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one is Sharks.
What's about this in Matty C?
Hey boys, just thought I would
Yeah.
send in a couple
Matt.
of speech
Hi,
pipes this week.
Thank
Big
you.
pipes.
This one's mainly for Brandon. I'm keen to
Okay.
hear your thoughts,
Interesting
mate.
one.
So, In
That's fine,
2022,
Polly.
the Sharks conceded 15 points per game.
I have seen this photo 3
In
times.
2023, they
Today.
conceded 21 points a game. In 2024, they conceded 18 points a game. In 2025, they are conceding on average 23 points a game. Now, eliminate that last year, and obviously, because Brandon
Eliminate.
just isn't happy because the
Next.
season's not completed and that. I want to know, are the Sharks sliding, or are they just consistently the same team, even if they add better players? And, just like they had an easy draw or something the other years. I'm keen to hear your thoughts, especially you, Brandon. Like,
Yeah, thank you.
might be time to look for a new team, or maybe even a new coach for that team,
Fucking hell.
because he's clearly not getting the best out of him. Keen to hear your thoughts.
That's so
I
so
just-
rich coming from a Tigers fan.
I just want to say, you cunts didn't even play this week. And
He's
you
had-
got so
He's
much
had
fucking
one win in like 7 rounds, and then now he's coming for blood.
Hang on, can we just pull up how many fucking points they've leaked
Yeah.
a game for the last
Mate.
4 years?
That's it. They're going for their 4th spoon. But okay. Alas, he wants to talk about the Sharks and our defense. And he wants to eliminate last year for some reason. Weird. The trend is going down, but it's also Fox Sports just throwing anything out there to try and like throw some bait for idiots like you and Lucas. Because the year hasn't finished. It's 23 points per game so far. But
After
we also
18
have
rounds.
all these easy games to come up, which means if we just win by like 30 points and don't have points scored against us, guess what? All of a sudden we have the best defense we've ever had in 4 years, mate. Like it's ridiculous. We still have buys to come, so our slide, or one buy to come now, is as I said, this is the easier part of our draw. We've had,
But you've lost to all your easy teams, so this should be your hard part.
We've had like over the last 4 weeks, Melbourne Warriors when they were full strength, Broncos.
You guys are also full straight.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to talk about and we're losing only by little bits. Not really. They were Melbourne and Warriors. We got pumped. But look, nah, I'm not worried. We'll make the finals. We'll make the finals. Are we consistent? Yeah, I think we are consistent. Like at the moment, I don't think we're going up or down. Which is again, I'm more happy to make the finals than to be in the position of teams like the Tigers going for their 4th spoon. So
And getting rid of players.
that stuff. And losing their juniors who are their hopes and prayers when they want to leave. Okay, that's enough of the Sharks. We didn't
I
even
think
play
Matt
this
should
week,
do
mate.
what this next speak pipe says.
Every team is rent free, and ease up, mate. Ease up. Like Bulldogs, Sharks. Just worry about your own team, mate. Worry about your own team.
Now, for my second speak pipe,
Gonna blast
this is
Parramatta.
mainly for
Oh,
Dan.
Dragons.
Just a quick question. Did you listen to Ricky Stewart's press conference? Dragons' so-called fans and the media should really stop
Really hope
bashing
that's
up
something for
on
you.
Kyle Flanagan. He was leading the comeback for the Dragons against the Raiders. You lost by 4 points. Like, you should be proud of that. You put more points on them than the Tigers did. Like, I know we held them to less. That could be better defense or could be them having an off night with actually attacking. But, man, you guys were close, and Dragons fans just keep laying the boot into the poor bloke. I don't think he's that bad. Like, he had an outstanding season with the Roosters
He's so fishing right
in
now.
2020, but they won the comp in 2018 and 19, so it was seen as a failure. Was made the scapegoat of the fucking Bulldogs and was only gotten rid of by the Sharks because Shane Flanagan had this shit with Asada and all that, and also they had 2 handy halves in front of him. Just keen to hear your thoughts, boys, and I just reckon Dan should stop laying in the fucking boot.
No.
This is coming from a man that has given shit to so many of his players. And it's basically the pot calling the kettle black right now, Matthew.
He's definitely fishing. No,
Yeah,
he's fishing. He's
he is
on a
100%
spree
fishing.
at the moment.
And as I said earlier in the podcast, I put my hands up and said, Kyle actually had a good game this week.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, because we had the bye last week.
Oh, you beat Para.
Oh yeah, we had
And he scored a try. He scored a
Scored a
try in
try.
that game.
Nah.
He's back-to-back
That was all.
weeks.
That was all King
He
Togia last
might
week.
be the man who brings you to the finals.
That was all King Togia against you guys. But yeah, as I said, he had a good game against Raiders, but he still has his moments. So if he can back it up against Roosters this week, which will be a tough feat for him,
After a loss, yeah.
I'll
And you guys hate playing them.
I'll put my hands up and say that he played a good game if he does. But if he doesn't, I'm gonna bash him again.
Gonna bash him. The basher. Yeah, wow. Matt's just taking punches at both of us. I hope he's got something in store for James next.
I don't know. From the title, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
May have
I think it might be directed at Statsman Follow, maybe.
Okay, FF or LL?
Hey, boys, this is just a quick one. I just want your opinion here. What would you rather, a fantastic Finu or a lackluster Lockie? Now, geez, I reckon you'd have to take a Finu at the moment. He's looked good in his last two games, even though we lost one of them. And Lockie has been pretty ordinary since trying to go to the Dogs. And I just feel like you'd get so much more media attention with Lockie. Oh, it's a freaking joke. But anyway, just keen to hear your thoughts, boys.
Hey, Matt, I don't think Lockie's going that bad. I think you need to stop laying into him.
I think you need to ease up on him, man.
Yeah.
Like, literally, he just told me to ease up on Kyle, and he's been giving so much fucking shit to Lachlan Calvin.
The guy's
It's
just a
not even
kid that
funny.
wanted to do the best for his future, and you keep laying the boot into him.
Wow. All he's trying to do is further his career under a better coach and a better system in a better club. And you're going to lay into him?
Maybe you should lay off him, Matt. Like,
Yeah.
just ease up, mate. Honestly. Maybe Ricky Stewart
Fantastic
should come out and say
fighting.
something about Lachlan Galvin, so you stop saying stuff about him, all right?
But in all honesty, which one I would rather? Probably, Finu at the moment.
At the moment, yeah, I'd prefer a Finu.
If I was to pick L2 for my team, I think I would.
He probably wouldn't make it in.
Yeah, he wouldn't make it in the Sharks.
Yeah.
Shire.
I'll be honest,
team.
probably would have taken Galvin, but
Yeah. Okay, next one. He's laid into the Sharks, laid in Dragons, now in the Bulldogs. Who's he going next?
I think we're done.
The punting pussy is
I guess
back.
he's back. It's the punting pussy. Okay.
G'day, guys. It's that West Tigers fan again. No, not Matty C. It's Lucas. Geez, I'm sure you guys were waiting for this one, but I just want to say, mate, the Tigers yesterday, good God, it's a love-hate relationship with them. Good performance, let down by some, pretty bad defensive parts of the game. That goes to both Tigers and Roosters. They had some, blunders, but good God. Another week goes past, and another week I thank Lachlan Galvin for wanting out of that football club because he was stopping Latu Fainu from getting his rightful spot. I heard on a
Look, that's fair.
podcast the other day, guys, that when Jerome Luai came to the club in a few of the first training sessions, the reason why Jerome and Galvin didn't get along was because Jerome made it pretty obvious to everyone at the training sessions that he felt Latu should be the one partnering him in the halves. That's why they didn't get along from day dot. But anyway, far out, guys. 2 points this week. How good? Brandon, I'm sure you can attest to that. I actually don't know if Parramatta played. And
Didn't
Dragons.
have to.
Yeah.
I just get a yeah.
Yeah. Actually, don't know if Parramatta.
Yeah, the 2 points.
Yeah. Women's side fucking smashed them.
Yeah, Dragons NRLW side fucking smashed them.
Big stuff. Big games. All right. Another one from the punting pussy. PP. Sure.
Anyway, guys, back to horse racing. Look, this is going to be nice and quick because we're back to Saturday racing with Benchmark 78 races. If I wanted to watch Benchmark 78 races, I'd take a sickie on a Wednesday and watch fucking Randwick Kensington or Canterbury races. The only decent race that was at Rose Hill on Saturday was the Winter Stakes, in which Estadio Mestalla at $67 decided
Why was
to
I not
lead
on
the
that?
entire way and win that race. To be fair to Flemington, it did have some good, very good racing on Saturday. Flemington did. They had a lot of, series finals that they run throughout the winter time building up to this weekend. So to be fair, for a winter card, it's pretty good. And they had some good horses there, such as Jimmy the Bear probably being one of the marquee ones there. But look, other than that, guys, we're waiting. It's exactly 47 days to the day.
Only Lucas would be able to tell you that.
Spring Carnival starts. And by golly goodness, do we not have a good one coming up ahead. Now, guys, my picks for the Spring Carnival this year. Obviously, Via Sistina, we know how she is. She's going to seriously stamp herself as one of the best since Winx, let me rephrase that, the best since Winx coming up in the spring and autumn before I'm sure she's set to retire to be a brood mare.
Part 2 now.
Part 2 coming up. All right, guys, part 2 here. This is the punting pussy. I didn't introduce myself last time.
Thank you, PP.
This is the punting pussy here. Now, there is a horse that had one start in the Queensland Winter Carnival for one dynamic victory. He ran in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, which is, as racing fans would know, the greatest and highest rated horse race in the world that takes part in France on grand final weekend every year. Sir Delius ran a slashing 4th in last year's race. He's since been bought by Australian Connections, trained by... Geez, I don't want to get this wrong. I think it's Anthony and Sam Friedman, who both trained the winner of the Melbourne Cup and Caulfield Cup 2 years ago without a fight. So, guys, Sir Delius, I think, could be a smoky for, once again, the Caulfield Melbourne Cup double. He'd be paying large odds for both, but I seriously think he's a very progressive horse that has the Australian spring at his feet in those handicap-style races. Antino, I think wherever Via Sistina goes, Antino might go the week after. So, the Turnbull Stakes, Via Sistina goes there, Antino goes the week after to stay clear of her. And if that's the case, I think Antino wins a few races this spring. Guys, that'll do it for now. But the punting pussy is here. Beggars can't be
PB.
Dog's got 8.
Sir Delius and Antino and Via Sistina. Look them.
You didn't mention that he wanted to bet against me with Jimmy the Bear.
Yeah. yeah. So his multi wouldn't have even come to
That's
anywhere
punting
near.
pussy, you know.
PP. Thank you, PP. Love it.
We appreciate you, PP.
Obviously, not much for him to talk about the horse racing for the next 47 days now, so won't see him until then. Maybe if Tigers win again, he might come around.
You never know. You never know.
Okay.
You might want to talk about the benchmark 78s.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Now, we already got a little bit of a tease from Rang. The cricket chat, James.
Yeah, look, I'm just trying to get it up.
Pilot, if you want to sponsor, James.
While I get that up, we'll start with the game that we're talking about with Rang there, the game on the M1 highway. England versus India, a bajillion runs were scored in this game. It was pretty silly. Truman Gill is as I said, the first match was also a road. Truman Gill is looking. If he was to continue this form, he could beat a Bradman record. That's how, there's a lot of runs being scored here. That would be for the most runs in a series.
Wow.
As it was, he scored the second most runs in a test match. He's a part of a very rare group of people that score 200 in one innings and 100 in the other.
Yep.
Because he backed up the second innings with 180 or something like that.
180.
Jesus.
A 161 in the second innings. So fuckload of runs for the test match for Schubbers.
Yeah.
Other than that, there was some interesting play. I don't know if you saw Rishabh Pant's innings. Scored a nice little 65 off 58, which is sort of slow for him, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it included multiple bat tosses while just swinging so fucking hard he can't grip the bat hard enough, including when his wicket fell. He's just popped one up that way, and the bat's gone further that way.
Needs some grip tape or something.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So this is a game played on a road with, especially this match with no Boomerang, 2 poor bowling attacks. To be fair, they're not even that poor, but when the fucking wicket does as little as it is, may as well be. Played players like Harry Brook and stuff looked all right for England, but now we go 1-1. Boomer's back. All the Lords nonsense will be in the crowd.
Nice. Oh, yes. Good shot.
Yes, good shot.
Like, do we really care about this series? No. Like, it is England's last series before the Ashes, just like Australia's one against West Indies is our last one before the Ashes as well. So it is two of our greatest rivals right now playing each other, but it's so hard to get any information from this when everyone's just scoring runs, and it's actually more disappointing that like England somehow didn't draw this.
Yeah.
Because they were chasing like 650 or something with a day, and they lost some early wickets. If they just fucking knuckled down, they'd probably get a draw, but instead they basball it to fucking lose by 300 runs.
And the worst thing is, like, it's hard to get anything from this series because the Ashes doesn't start for another 4 months. So, like, anything can happen within those 4 months, like injuries.
I'm looking forward to baseball in the Ashes.
Yeah.
When we get to fucking pump them.
So now we'll go to stuff that's a bit more our cup of tea. Australia versus West Indies.
Woo!
We win the series. We get the trophy.
Easy
2-0. Easy dubs.
No problems in our team whatsoever.
There is no cracks appearing in our team. Now, to talk about the cracks in our team, we still have a huge... actually, no. Number 3's fixed.
Yep.
Guys, it's fixed. He must have got a tattoo on his neck, wore a leather biker jacket. Because he was a bad boy. He scored 50, Cam Green, and then when he was done,
It was hot.
he swore because he chopped on. He threw his bat. A bit of aggression.
I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah.
Banger.
Cam for his wicket.
Look, this test, again, this is on fucking 12, so I'm not going to pretend that I've watched every ball of this.
Yeah.
Unless you're Reagan coming home from a late night. You're probably not throwing it on. But Sam Constas hasn't really answered many questions. But then I saw a great point of view. It's like, he hasn't, but in a way, no opener's gone well. Like, technically, Kawaj is the best opener in this series, and he scored like fucking 60 runs.
Yeah. So, and even this test, he only scored like fucking 2 and 16.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even that great.
Nah, he's riding off a 40 that he scored last test.
Yeah.
So, Constance, at least he scored 20 odd in the first innings, but yeah, we still need to see more. Funnily enough, the pitchers here, the opposite, and they're doing a lot where it's hard to read again. What I would love to see our players play on that wicket and just score some runs and look good for once. That would be nice. But alas, we didn't get it. Bo Webster's having an outstanding start to his test career. Another 50 in this test when we need it as well.
Yeah.
Big slug. Can he open? Maybe.
Build the man a statue.
Fucking Smudge coming back with a 71 in the second
Yeah,
innings.
71 in the second innings. He got out a bit cheaply in the first with a bit of a pull shot that landed straight down someone's throat. But look, Smudge is good. There was never any cracks in his game.
Nah.
He's always back.
Love you, Smudge.
Playing through the pain with that finger still.
Yeah.
But other keynotes, the fucking bowlers just get it done. Like, the only
Starkey.
time they almost get it done every time, and the time they don't, they fucking lost us a lollipop.
Yeah.
But Stark's great. Like, they all just shared the wickets around.
Yeah. I was just looking at the wickets before. Stark got 4. Lino got 3. I think Webster, Cummins, and fucking Hazelwood all got 1.
Yeah, all shared around. In the first innings, Cummins got one of the better caught-on bowls I've seen. Like, him diving to where a bat pad should be, full stretch.
Does help to be fucking 6'10".
Yeah. But look, all around, it ends up being an easy win where we win by 170 odd or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Combination.
because as bad as our batting lineup is, West Indies is worse, and our like as good as their bowling attack is, ours is better. So it just ends up we just score too much, too good a bowling attack to defend it.
They're just too good at cricket.
Yeah. So the real question is, how do we change everything and fix it? Do we drop Bo Webster?
No.
Oh wait, what?
Get rid of Smith. Get rid of Webster.
Do you reckon Martis can open?
Yeah.
Has anyone thought about that?
Have we tried getting rid of Pat Cummins?
I want-
And
been a
Alex
problem.
Carey Bowles.
I want Sydney McSweeney back in my team. Someone brought up the great point. We were pretty quick to drop here, but he was against the best bowler of almost all time.
Yeah.
I want Sydney McSweeny and Sydney Sweetie.
Yeah. But yeah, will Kawaja play in this Ashes series? Probably, but there's so many questions to be left
Yeah.
answered. But at the same time, our bowling attack just covers these cracks with the fucking ground, and it's like, yeah, but we still just won 2-0 away from home. Like, be happy, but we're never happy. So
We want foot to the throat. Everyone's scoring fucking hundreds. Bowlers taking fifers.
So at the end of this cricket wrap, I guess we should be happy. England got pumped by 300. We won by 150. When that happens on a day, it's a good day
That's
for
a moral
cricket.
victory.
I was about to say, but England got the moral victory.
Oh, they did somehow. Like Ben Stokes said, it became more like a Asian like pitch. It's like, no, it didn't. Just fucking did nothing.
Yeah.
It was a fucking road.
Also, fucking the English media, who's been all behind Bazball, going a bit against Stokesy here. He hasn't scored 100 in 2 years.
You watch.
He wouldn't play for
Yeah,
Australia.
don't bring it
Wouldn't
up.
play.
Now that like the media's like coming out and said that, he'll fucking score
Yeah.
like 200s
Yeah.
in fucking
The
Ashes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's pretty much the cricket wrap. There's another game this week. I think it's at a bit better time, so it'll be
4:30 a.m. It said
which means we'll actually get to watch it in the morning a bit
starts
more.
on the 13th, so that's
Perfect.
End of the week.
Saturday or Sunday.
3-0. 3-0 soon.
Yeah, 3-0
3-0
soon.
soon.
5-0 Ashes in fucking months. But
Bring back Marnus.
how can we change the team? Yeah,
Can
but that's
we-
it.
Rewind time.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Beautiful. As always, beautiful. All right. That's pretty much it, gentlemen. Anything else you want to add?
Oh, quick one. Starkey will, if he plays his third test, 100th test match,
If
which has a
Well done,
pace bowler
Starkey.
bowling 145 Ks an hour.
What an Iron Man if he gets it.
you get it. Beautiful stuff.
There
Okay.
has been talk of, do you rest him and let him do it in Australia?
That would be pretty nice.
It'd
But
be,
then
it'd
we
be
don't
more
need
special.
to.
The
bowl
thing
him.
is, and like obviously touch wood and shit like that. You could do that, then he gets fucking injured before the series, and then like he's old enough that a bad injury would retire him. And
Yeah.
imagine 99 tests
be
because
tough.
because you went, oh, actually, we'll just wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hopefully he
Hold
gets there.
off. Okay. That's all. Beautiful stuff as always. Buy the merch. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow social medias. And we will see you guys next week.